the mission Dead Drop, or Find the Fallen Cache.
I'm Bizzle Bear, and if you give me just a few minutes of your time, I'll make you a better Destiny player. And that's the Bizzle Bear guarantee.
Bizzlebear.com. So we start off in Siren's Watch on Titan, collecting a bit of arcane dust. Why not? I've sped this up because the previous video was pretty long. So Dead Drop. This is sort of a reprise of one of the...
Okay, sister, this'll be a cakewalk. You're just picking up a stash. Clear out the area. I got Vanguard snitches breathing down my neck. We don't need anybody following you.
Starts off with you've got to find, you've got to clear out the Fallen to cover the parts that the Drifter wants. Because it's heroic and there's no map on this mission, this is where potentially, well, I certainly wasted a lot of my time, so I thought I'd do a quick guide on it. You're looking for these people, as usual, the supply thieves. So they sort of like scamper around, and they've got their sort of long cloaks on and stuff, and they'll typically run away from you, although this one's run right up to me and meleeed me and made it very easy for me to get the old repair tool that we need to, and they'll just fall on the ground and look like the usual sort of triangles that you pick up that give you stuff. So I'm chasing this one, scampering around. Hopefully you're better at shooting them than I am. It won't take you as long. You got to find 5 of them, and they all just sort of seem to mill around in this general area out in the open. You don't really need to go into any of the hivey bits, or this is the next one. See, he sort of doubled back to come at me, making it easier. And we need to get one more. Thank you very much. So now we've got the 5 of 5.
Patching you the XYZ to the pickup site now. You're looking for a big pile of salvage. You'll know it when you see it.
This next bit, the Drifter saying it's pretty obvious where this cache is. It wasn't obvious to me. I wandered around for ages, foolishly not getting my ghost out. Apparently if you get your ghost out, there's a little white point showing you where you need to go next, which is kind of like Destiny 101, which I should have done. So you just make your way to the sunken docks, the sinking docks. So this is the same as if you remember very, very way back when Destiny 2 first came out, it was just one of their normal missions. And then you make your way to the sunken docks and find the cache, which is just being defended here by a few ads. They're pretty easy. I just sped up this bit because they're really easy, these ones. There's nothing challenging about this section. That's your cache, and then it says scan the cache.
Transmat's down. Maybe the beacon's busted. Tell you what, fallen crews around here jack Vanguard gear all the time. See if you can find a spare beacon. I got a call coming through that I gotta take.
So now we're after the bits that Drifter wants, and obviously they've been stolen again, this time by another supply thief. This one's a little bit, well, that one was easy to kill, but the next supply thief is a little bit harder to kill. So recovering the transmat beacon, he runs out this way. He always sort of follows this path, and you won't be able to kill him yet. And then this is where he sort of sets a trap for you. So first there's a couple of tracer shanks, not too big a problem, but when you go into this room, luckily I have my supercharged, but a couple of exploders and a couple more tracers makes it a bit tough. Bit of a trap for you there to watch out for. And then as you can see, this supply thief's pretty tough. I've sort of unloaded a bit of my super into him, and he took a couple of melees and some...
Area's clear. Let's get back to that stash so I can send it over.
Now in this version, because I didn't know what to expect the first time you playing it, on my loadout I've got 2 sniper rifles. I've got rocking the old Darcy, which is awesome as an exotic heavy. And I've got Soul Survivor in my other, so I'm totally set up wrong for doing this next bit, as you sort of need to stay at the same location and protect it. And really what you want is all close quarters combat, with the exception of after you place the beacon, they'll start spawning in waves. So you just get a few meandering in first, and you'll see a fallen ship kind of locking down the outside area. So as soon as you do a certain amount of damage to their fallen ship, so lock onto it with the old Darcy, hit its front array, he's clearing off straight away. So that's because I've got a long range weapon, and the dust has done quite a lot of damage straight away. But once you've got the fallen ship to clear away, you can kind of like just keep going round in circles on that bit, keep circling around that pillar as enemies get close to you, and certainly these explodey shanks. So that sort of opens up the map a bit for you. If you don't clear out the fallen craft, it just stands there, and where I am now, it would just be hammering me and making it not very nice. So the transmatting sort of goes up in bits. So there's new waves. So we just hit a new wave at about 65%. They sent out a couple of marauders and a couple more explodies. And then the next wave comes... There's just a few that are kind of like conning you into using your super. Don't be tempted to use it till now. Once you hit 90%, it spawns 2 marauders and 1 captain. And this is kind of like the final showdown. But for me, because I'm all long range and these 2 close in on me, that's all she wrote. So I changed my loadout to, if you've got something like close range weapon, so I'm on auto rifle, and then changing to Badlander, and this particular one has Rampage on it as well, so that's much better loadout. But you can see, because I've got nothing long range, it's taking me a lot longer to destroy that front array on the fallen ship. But although it's trickier at this stage, it makes life a lot easier later on. So there, after I've unloaded a few clips of auto rifle into it, now we've got free run of the area. And these first few waves, because they're quite easy, I'm just using them to store up my green ammo. Just use your primary. Save those shotgun shells for when the tougher ads start coming. Around 50, you start get 45, 50 when you're transmatting. You get a wave of explodey shanks. Marauders coming in. There they go. And then, so here we go, 65, you get another load of explodey shanks, and there'll be a couple more marauders around. And then coming up to the last wave here at 90. Oh no, 78, 79. Here he is, the old captain. So he spawns just before 90. He probably spawns around 85, actually. I probably was just late to notice him on the previous run. And with the shotgun, you can make really short work of them, and then that's it. Just clear out the rest of those 2 marauders, and mission done. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a quick guide on that dead drop mission, because I did spend a load of time trying to find it in the first place.
Hey, Transmat's coming through fine, but a little spider just told me Shin Malfer's been spotted in the EDZ. Remember him? Famous renegade, golden gun, mad on for revenge? He and I had an arrangement. The EDZ was not part of that arrangement. Come on back to base. We got a
load of time trying to find it in the first place was the first bit I came unstuck, and then obviously having the wrong loadout for it made this bit a bit of a struggle. But once you change to close quarters weapons, it's a lot better. Well, it's so easy. It's a good mission. But yeah, hope this has been of help.
Drop me a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.